Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. I hope you're warm because it is a sultry 4 degrees wind chill factor here in South Pole, Indiana today. Oh, man, I tell you what. I can't even make this up. This weather is outrageous. There's been penguins playing in the yard and polar bears running up and down the street chasing the penguins. It's a free-for-all out there. Let's see who all we got in the chat today. We got Jim Bashirs is out there, and Arlene Atkinsell is out there. And going on down through here a little bit, on down the list, we got Simply Wooden Creations. That's Russell Clarity. He does a show on Saturday night over on his channel, and it's a panel show, and he has guests on there, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it's wood related, sometimes it's not. You never know exactly what we're going to be pulling out of the hat. We got Harnell Media. That's Steve. Glad to have Steve out there today. And I'm scrolling on down here a little bit. Anita Wheeler just came in.
Just showed up. Hi, Anita. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt.
Matt is my cohort in crime. Everything I do, I run past Matt first. If you believe that, I got a brick I'll sell you.
It's rather exhausting, too. Sure, switch to fresh mint toothpaste. I don't care.
It's more like Matt gets a hold of me when he sees something I've done. Why the hell did you do that?
Oh, Arlene saying hi to me. Hi, Arlene.
Oh, mercy sakes. I tell you what. Hey, y'all like this and share it out. Share. Did I mention share? Share this out. Let's get a room full of people in here because we're going to be doing a giveaway after a bit. We want a whole bunch of people in here for it. I am going to venture out tomorrow for the first time in over a week and go to the post office.
All right.
Or I'm going to try.
Hi, Anita.
Let's put this. I'm going to try to get out of here to go to the post office because
bundle up, wear layers.
It snowed more, and I'm not sure if the little beetle bug's going to be able to drag her belly through the snow to get to the post office, but we're going to give it a try. The street looks clear, but I'm not real sure about the alley to get the car out. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
I got something to show you. Look at this. I got a sticker.
You got a sticker from Corkboard. I got one up on my sticker wall up over here.
He gave me 2.
I gave you 2.
He says, here's some stickers for the sticker swap, but I've already sticker swapped with them. So Corkboard, you're getting more stickers from me. That's fine.
Well, say this way, when you send out stickers to somebody else, then you just put one of his in there, and that's what I do. People send me extra stickers, and when I send stickers out, then I send them some extra ones. And if anybody wants any of my stickers, I've got some. So just let me know. Just let me know, and I'll send them to you. And Matt's got stickers, too. And if you got
stickers for people, these are free. Just ask, and I'll send them.
Yeah. If you got stickers, we'd like to have your stickers put on our sticker board. So there you go. Copy Halan channel just came in. And welcome to you. Glad you made it. We're going to be doing a giveaway here in a little while. So stick around and join the fun. I'm here. I'm BrendaG, in case you don't know who I am by now. And Matt is over here. He does a show called All Things YouTube on Monday night over there on his channel at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And he tells you about all things YouTube. And he tells you what he's allowed to tell you. Because Susan's got a collar on him and a short leash. And she only lets him tell you certain things.
I say whatever I want. Susan don't own me.
Oh, shoot. That issue I was telling you about last week where
the studio wouldn't load.
It still won't load on my laptop. It'll load here on my desktop.
Did you try turning it off and back on again?
I have done everything. I've even slapped that thing clear through the room and nothing. And that's the only thing that ain't working. Every other website, anything else I go to, everything works except the daggone studio.
I've never heard that. I've never heard of that before.
You put the YouTube studio thing there in the URL thing, and it's all that comes up is a white blank page. That's it. I even called Dennis about it, my computer guru expert, and he was running through all kinds of stuff, and he's saying, "Well, what is on that page? It's got to be something." I said, "It's white. It's white, like a snowstorm, like a whiteout, like a blizzard. You couldn't get it any whiter. It's a ghost. There's nothing on that page. You got the thing there at the top that tells you what the URL is up there."
You should go to the view menu, developer, and view source, and then see what's on that puppy.
Well, so you could have walked me through that, but you didn't do it.
Now, this is just so mind-blowing because the whole platform works for you except for the studio. So it's not like
one
YouTube
machine
proper's not working. That's working fine.
And it's on one machine.
Did you try Firefox? Does it work in Firefox on that one machine?
I'm not going to be changing the browsers and all that, because then you got to remember what the hell the password is.
Do you have more than one browser on the machine? What browser do you use?
I only use Chrome. It's got other stuff on there, but I never use it.
Doesn't Microsoft come with a default browser?
It's got Exploder. I mean, who the hell wants to use Exploder?
But I just thought maybe you could try it just to see if it works.
Well, then I'd have to remember the password. I don't remember the password, and I'd have to change it.
Doesn't have passwords. Just launch it and go studio.youtube.com.
But it wants you to log into YouTube on that browser.
Oh, you don't know your YouTube password?
I'd have to say I forgot it and make another one up, and then try to remember what the hell that one is. And I'm old. I can't remember all this stuff. It should just work.
Look what Arlene wrote. She says, "I have a confession, Matt. I said, I've got something to show you. And without even thinking said, no, right on camera." And Jim Bashirs was bragging because he has both a BrendaG and Awesome Wood Thing sticker. Nose in the air like a French aristocrat. Jim drinks his tea with his pinky.
I drank my tea with my hands wrapped around the nice warm mug in this room that you could hang meat in. That's the way I drink it.
I have some fun news to share.
Well, it's about time.
Well, I am both thrilled and angered at the same time that I have paid off my medical debt, and I'm angry that I've had medical debt in the first place.
Well,
when I had my surgery December 4th, 2019. Remember when I had the surgery?
But now here's the thing. Eventually, everybody's check engine light is going to come on.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a given. So, you know, you try to cover everything as best you can under the circumstances. I'm just hanging on to fall. That's when my Medicare kicks in. I've got my supplements lined up. I've got everything lined up. I just have to wait for it all to go into force. So I'm just waiting. But even then, I've got to try to stay well enough, stay out of hospitals and stuff because of my pets.
Right.
Because they won't let me take them to the hospital with me.
No. Not unless they're, what do they call it? The care dogs that, you know, they're there so people can pet them. What are they called? Service dogs.
Yeah. Well, they'd be my service dogs because, you know, I'm the only person that they've ever known. But, you know, I don't think the hospital would feel the same way about it. And poor Fred. What you supposed to do about Fred?
Oh, yeah.
Fred, the cockatiel woodpecker bird.
Poor Fred. Well, just turn on the YouTubes with his pole dancing friendly.
With Becky?
Yeah.
Poor Fred. I tell you what, he's got identity issues. And speaking of identity issues, you are going to enjoy the Heifer Haven that I will put up later tonight.
Yay.
I won't tell you no more than that. I don't want to ruin it for you.
Okay. Dear Heifer Haven.
Jim Bashir says, I couldn't take my service line on the plane. He couldn't believe it.
Poor Simba.
Years ago, I used to go around to these exotic auctions. They kind of done away with them now, and made it sort of illegal for you to own most any exotic pets anymore. But used to go around to the exotic auctions, and they'd have all kinds, lions, tigers, bears, you name it. They'd have it there. And one guy even come in one night with a baboon on a leash, and it sit up there in the audience, drank it I don't know, Mountain Dew, some kind of pop he had in a can there, and just like it was a person. And
rip your face off.
Yep. And a friend of mine, it was a young kid, but he hung around with a buddy of mine, used to, help him with his critters and stuff. He come along to the auction, and the next thing I know, this kid had bought a lion. Now, he had no place to keep this lion. He had no way to feed this lion. The kid was barely feeding himself. Mm. And he comes running up to me all proud of himself. I bought a lion. I said, you did what? He says, I bought a lion. And I said, you march yourself right back in there to the office, and you put that lion right back up for sale, because you just bought yourself a whole lot of grief right there. Where are you going to keep it? Well, I don't know. I said, yeah, see, that's just it. You got no place to feed it. I know you ain't got no way to feed it. Do you have any idea how much that thing's going to eat? I said, actually, that probably won't be a big problem for you, because in the next couple of days, it's going to eat you. And it'll no longer be your problem what you're going to feed it.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep an animal like that very well fed.
And he did. He marched back into the office, told him to put it back up for sale. So they marched it back through there again, and somebody else bought it. And he made a profit. I could not believe.
Wow. Your brother from another mother's here, Jim Dockrow.
Hey, Jim Dockrow, good to see you. It's probably warmer up there than it is down here. We got 4 degrees wind chill
in Pennsylvania.
What's your wind chill?
I have to get into the widget here. Let me see.
See, I go by the wind
24.
Chill. Well, Lord have mercy, it's swimsuit weather over there.
Nice.
You can just put on, what do they call that, a mankini? You wear one of them mankinis?
Banana hammock.
And it comes up over your shoulders.
Oh, that. Gosh, I don't know.
Put on your mankini and go strutting down the beach.
Here. Hi, Wayne.
What we all wouldn't give for pictures of that.
I don't think you want to see that.
Matt in his mankini.
I'm a banana hammock kind of guy.
Wayne's New Adventures is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can talk. Is in the house. Says, asking me how I am today. Today I am finer than frog fuzz cut 6 ways with a broad axe. I'm on a roll today. I tell you what, I'm feeling good. That liver detox that I went through, it was tough at the time, but it's paid off. I'm feeling much better now. And the thing that's getting me now is the cold, because this cold is eating the arthritis right up. But
speaking of diets, the Haas house is going on the keto diet.
Well, good luck. I'm not on any particular diet. I am trying to stay away from foods that are bad for me. I'm trying to make wise choices with what I eat. I'm trying to cut back on the carbs. And I'm trying not to overdo it with the proteins, because I can definitely overdo it with proteins. I love my proteins. But if I eat too many proteins, that causes the gout. So, you got to kind of walk that fine line. But I'm trying to put plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff in the diet, and it's paying off. I've lost 35 pounds as of 2 days ago.
Oh, good on you.
So, pretty soon I'll just be sitting here, a little pruny example of what I used to be.
Tim Bashir's got the right idea. Anyone going to make the seafood diet joke?
Seafood? Well, I would have probably resembled that a lot on Super Bowl Sunday, because I had my shrimp.
Oh my!
And it was a big plate of shrimp, but I thought, well, now listen, once in a while, you got to splurge. You got to enjoy yourself, and do that. You just can't do that very doggone often. You got to, watch your P's and Q's. But I thought, well, Super Bowl Sunday, I was looking forward to seeing a good game. That was anything but a good game. Kansas City could have just stayed home because they just barely showed up. The halftime show. Did you catch the halftime show?
I didn't watch any of it.
Oh, you weren't missing anything. Lord, can anybody that's in the audience there, that's in the chat, tell me why the dancers, those halftime dancers, they had, blue million of them out there on the field. They was wearing them red jackets and they had like a jock strap over their face. What the hell was that? I mean, I sat there the whole time like this because I couldn't figure out what is that? Why are they doing that? And the most ridiculous thing I ever seen in my life. I thought that's supposed to be entertainment. People pay money to go and see that? Seriously? And I never heard of the goober that was up there doing the halftime show. I thought, well, it must be some young person's group or something. I don't know.
Who was it? Do you remember the name?
Weekend? Or it was a weekend, all right. Drag butt and mess.
There's a phrase that came about because of one of the former halftime shows, and that's wardrobe malfunction.
Yep. Yeah. They didn't have no malfunctions in this wardrobe, except they all apparently didn't know where their jock straps were supposed to go and had them on over their face.
Here. Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie. How's the kitties?
The halftime show I liked was Prince before he, this was years ago.
Yeah.
And it was raining. And it was raining hard, and they said to Prince over the before he was about to go, he says, Prince, it's raining pretty hard, and you know what his response was, because they were going to try and coax him to make sure he would still go on because they weren't sure. His response, without missing a beat, says, "Can you make it rain harder?" And he went out there and he rocked that show in the pouring rain. It was incredible.
Purple rain.
It was something else. It was something else.
Oh, he's the one that made the pants with the cutouts of the rump popular. He had them pants that had the clear bubble on the cheeks.
Prince always had his own style of dress, for sure. But yeah.
That's like Jim Docker says, the duel at Daytona is on. Got a conflict happening.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, speaking of conflicts, did you hear about that mess down Fort Worth today? They had like some kind of a 29 car semi pile up out on the highway. I saw videos of it and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. They've confirmed 5 dead.
Oh my gosh.
Ice. And I mean, they weren't slowing down at all.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Well, they're not used to ice in Texas.
Yeah. These trucks slamming in and cars flying through the air. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Frankie, CNC Woodworking Channels here. Hi, Frankie.
Good to see you, Frankie.
Yeah, like when I was in Atlanta for some of the woodworking shows, it had started to snow, but it wasn't laying on the ground. And they said if there's 1 inch in Atlanta, it shuts the whole state down because they're not used to driving in it.
Yeah.
And they have no plows, they have no infrastructure to remove. They're just like, it doesn't happen.
But thoughts and prayers to all those. The hospitals have got to be chugged full of people right now from that mess. Can you imagine 29 cars and all the people would be in those cars? And it was outrageous. I know when I saw the video, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then I realized what I was seeing. I started screaming, because you want to stop it. You want to make this stop. And it was just horrible. So, yeah, we want to remember all those people. There's a lot of lives been disrupted down there in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Fort Worth, Texas, Jim. That was today. But yeah, they had it plastered on Facebook, and I didn't share any of it because I thought, it was bad enough I saw the video. I don't want to put anybody else into a trauma.
Did you kind of on a lighter note, but current offense topic? Did you see the Gorilla Glue incident?
Oh, good golly! I'm the one that posted
the bottle says, "Do not get on skin, on your lips, or in your eyes." It says, "Warning, craft product." And she's, "Well, it didn't say not to put it in your hair."
Yeah, I'm the one that posted up there on Facebook that said, "We never thought that we'd have to say this, but do not put our product in your hair." Signed, Gorilla Glue.
And then I learned that she's not suing. She's not bringing legal action, thank God. And then a plastic surgeon spent 4 hours with a concoction that he cobbled together with different oils and different things and acetone and a couple other things. And eventually, after 4 hours, got it out of her hair. And her scalp, thankfully, was just irritated. It wasn't really damaged. And a lot of her original hair is still there. And in other words, she kind of got through it with the help of a professional donating his time and materials. But yeah. Oh, man.
Well, I just will never understand what goes through some people's minds. And did this young lady not have any friends that could tell her, could say, wait a minute. I mean, or did they all just think it was funny? Yeah, go ahead and do it. I'll hold your beer. I mean, what the hell? See, I'm the kind of friend that if I see that you're walking around in public and your pecker's hanging out, I'll tell you about that. But then there's some people that I would tell that to and say, excuse me, your pecker's hanging out. And they get mad because I told them.
Yeah. I always like the, if I had food on my cheek, would you tell me? And if they say no, then you don't bring it up. They say, yeah, I'd tell you. Like, well, you got food on your cheek. It's one way to handle that interaction.
But, see, if you ask me that, I'd just say, well, if you had food on your cheek, I wouldn't tell you. I'd just lick it off.
No, there you go. You could do that too. Jim Bashir says, I feel bad for her if she lost her hair. Can you imagine how long it would be to grow it back that long? She didn't lose much. She got lucky. It's now corrected.
I don't know. The pictures I saw looked like she was pretty much down to the scalp, and she had real long hair that come down over her shoulders. Mm-hmm.
But the way she styled it was all matted down, and with that Gorilla Glue adhesive, like industrial strength adhesive, it wasn't moving. It was like a solid rock on her head. But they got, now she can run her fingers through her hair and everything. So yeah, she got.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was her friend, I would never let her live that down ever. Because anything that she'd bring up to me about, that I had done something silly or whatever, I'd say, but I never put Gorilla Glue in my hair.
It's true.
There's this one guy that I was friends with for a long time. Then, we parted ways, moved different directions and all. But I went over to her house one day because she told me to come over and pick some stuff up from her. And I rang the doorbell and she didn't answer. So I thought, well, I wonder if she's around back because I knew she had a swimming pool. So I step around the house out to the back. She is down on her knees vacuuming the grass.
What?
And I'm shaking my head because I can't believe what I'm seeing. And I walk over to her and she realizes I'm there. So she gets up, turns off the vacuum cleaner. And I said, what are you doing? And she says, well, we just put in this new pool. It was about one of those above ground deals. And she said, we had to have the sand brought in and they'd laid down a tarp for the sand to be dumped on. She says that, but the neighbors had told her that she had to get all that sand up out of the grass or the grass wouldn't grow. And I said, do you realize your neighbors are over there filming you for that $10,000 American Funny video thing? I said, girl, get up off your knees, get out of this yard, put the vacuum cleaner away, for crying out loud. And anytime after that, I would always introduce her to people as, this is my friend Deb, the one that vacuums her yard.
Grass will grow just fine in sand.
Yeah.
That's what they use to level off. Like if you have a bumpy, they'll scrape sand over it, and that levels it out.
Yep.
Now,
but
it shouldn't be 100% sand, but it'll.
But see, I'm just that kind of a friend that I just don't let you forget. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Let's say Jim said she was going to do the original Gorilla Glue commercial without the helmet. He was fixing our shower one time using that glue, and it got in the faucet part of it, and we couldn't turn on our water. Oh man, Anita, that's horrible. Frankie says, I lived not far from Chattanooga when I was a kid and still have family there in
Manchester.
See, where I come from, a little teeny tiny town over in Ohio called West Manchester.
Yeah, that Gorilla Glue is the real Gorilla Glue, not the spray adhesive. You have to activate it with water. So you slap it on your what you want to get stuck to something, and then you spray it with water, and then water activates it, and then it foams up.
Well, what's the Gorilla? Oh, when it foams up, then it expands, right?
Yeah, on the traditional Gorilla Glue product, what she used was just spray adhesive.
Oh, okay.
Like what they use to put like a pattern on wood, and then you run it through a scroll saw.
Okay.
In other words, you can make your own sticker. It's just the adhesive stuff. That's what I think she was using.
Yeah.
But Gorilla Glue in general, it started out with a product where you don't just use it and slap it between two things. You wet one side and you put the glue on the other, and when it hits the water, it activates and then becomes really sticky and penetrates into the wood or whatever.
Now, one guy here in town was telling me that neighbor kid was out playing soccer in his backyard and kicked the ball up against the privacy fence and broke a board. He said, no, I didn't get upset about it because, things happen. Kids are going to be kids, and, stuff's going to break. And he says, so I just told him not to worry about it. I'd fix it. And he says, so I went out then over the weekend, and I got the Gorilla Glue and took another board and put up there against it, thinking, okay, this is going to hold it all together. And I put the Gorilla Glue on there and slapped it together. So I went out the next day. That Gorilla Glue had expanded, and then the boards had bowed out. And he said, it was the awfulest mess you ever seen in your life. He says, I didn't realize it would do that. He said, I just thought it would stick the two boards together, and that's going to be the end of it. He said, now I've made a big mess I'm going to have to figure out how to fix.
It's not the best adhesive choice. I typically don't use the traditional Gorilla Glue product. Now, Gorilla Glue will also make 2-part epoxy, and that's good. And they'll make that spray adhesive. That's good. But the actual Gorilla Glue original product, I don't use it very much.
Well, just trying to think about this logically. What would make anybody think that putting glue, anything that says glue, in your hair would be a good idea?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, putting myself in her mind, it is an aerosol, so it looked like hairspray. I know she didn't think it was hairspray, but it had a similar properties as hairspray in her mind, probably.
Well, bringing that up brings up another very interesting point. You got to be careful with these tubes and cans and all these different containers that they put things in. I had a friend once that wore the press-on nails that they had to glue on, and she was gluing them on with super glue, and not that's a bad thing. I used to wear them, and I glued them on with super glue. It wasn't a big deal. But the problem was that in the middle of the night, her eyes went to itching, and she decided that she needed to put some eye drops in or some eye cream that the eye doctor gave her. And so she just she didn't even turn the light on. She just reached over on the nightstand because she knew where it was, and she picks up that tube. And the next thing you know, she's got super glue in her eye.
Does she go blind?
Well, she is now. I mean, it didn't cause it. She had other issues that caused the blindness. But yeah, she was then on her way to the emergency room. And yeah, they had to pry her eyelids open because she'd glue her eyelid shut. And yeah, so watch what you're doing with these tubes and cans and all these different products and stuff.
A lot of the warnings have things like your lips or inside your nose. Apparently, those are very sensitive and react horribly to some of those solvents and glues and adhesives. They're like, never get it at that on. First of all, don't put it anywhere on your body, but especially don't put it in your lips and your nose and in those in your eye, like on your eyelids. That's a different part of you, and you don't want things that are adhesive on those types of surfaces.
So yeah, something to be said for watching what you do. Well, you know what? We rolled around to about 7:30 here.
Okay.
It looks like we got about 11 people in the chat. Does that look right? Or in the stream?
Yeah, that looks
Does that
right.
look good to you? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do a giveaway.
Can I give the giveaway pitch this time?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I know this is all about you.
Well, I thought I'd put my spin on it so we can get through it. All right. Brenda's going to do a giveaway. Make sure you are real time when you're watching this back live. So sometimes people pause and they're behind. Now you want to push it all the way to the end so we're all at the same moment. Because we're going to say go here and we're going to ask you to do something. Brenda's has 4 prizes that are up for grabs, and one of the prizes is going to be won. The way you win the prize is you pick a number. Brenda's going to say what the number range is going to be. Don't put anything in the chat yet. What's the number range for today?
The number range is between 7 and 19.
Okay. When Brenda says go, not before, you put a guess between 7 and 19 in the chat. If it matches what Brenda wrote down on a piece of paper, then you win the prize.
If you're the first.
If you're the first one to do it. After Brenda says go. And you only guess one time per round until someone wins. She's going to write the number down out as a word. She's not going to do digit. She's going to write it out as a word. And she's going to capitalize letters randomly. Your second guess in this in your try is going to be the number of letters that are capitalized. So you would do between 7 and 19 and then a slash, and then you would do another number for how many capital letters she used. Okay.
And the reason for the second number is because that is the bonus prize. If you get the first number correct and you get the second number correct, you will get a bonus prize from me.
Okay.
But if you only get the first number right and you're the first one to guess it, then you will get to pick out of the 4 prizes that I have available.
And Brenda uses random capital letters in words because it drives me crazy. I'm a traditional publishing background, and that would never fly.
I like to aggravate that stick he's got stuck up his butt.
Oh, come on now. All right, Brenda's going to say go here any moment, and then you guess one time in the format we said, number/number. And then whoever wins, then Brenda's going to show you what you can pick out of 4 prizes, and you get to. Shipping will be United States, lower 48. If you're outside of the lower 48 and you want to pay for shipping, you can pay for your own shipping or play along. And if you win and you don't want, you can gift the prize to someone else in the chat if you're from outside the United States. Okay.
Shalala just came in. We'll say hello to you.
Oh, hi, Robert. Are you ready? If you're ready to play the giveaway here, I'll say in the chat, pick a number between, what was it, 7 and 19?
Yes, sir.
All right, when you're ready.
Go.
How high on the numbers? Between 7 and I wrote 7 and 10. Sorry, 7 and
19.
19. The numbers are coming in.
We got a
See,
winner.
this is why you want to make sure you're absolutely at real time and you're not behind time, because then you'll only guess once.
We got a winner.
We have a winner already.
We got a winner.
Who's the winner? Let's see. 14. And there's 1, 2 capital letters. Arlene has 14/5. So Arlene, you win. You did not win the bonus prize. Congratulations, Arlene.
Okay, let's see what we got up here today. We've got the new iPad 9.7. Back it up so you can see it here. This is the case. And then we got the hard case, rubber case, and the hard case. If you got one of those Pad 9.7s, brand new, still in the package. We've got one of the necklaces that I make. These are the blingy necklaces with all the crystals. So I've got one of those available. We've got the Farberware mandolin multi-slicer.
Oh, nice.
So that you can cut up all your veggies and stuff, or your salads and stuff this summer.
Try not to put the object between your mouth and the mic.
Well, hold it way back here, then you can't see it. But there's the mandolin. Let's see here. What else have I got? I've got a Western hat band, a brand new Western hat band. If you wear a cowboy hat, that's a real pretty hat band. Got the little silver studs raised up there on it. So if you wear a cowboy hat and need a new hat band, I got that. So the mandolin, the necklace, the hat band, or the iPad, I guess you call it.
iPad cover.
Case.
iPad case. All right, Arlene, she says the necklace, please. She wants the blingy bling.
Okay, we'll send her some bling. And
Arlene, just send Brenda your mailing address through Messenger or however you'd like.
Yeah, Messenger will be great.
She'll get that to you.
I'm planning to go to the post office.
In the past, please give her your address again, because that's the way she does it.
Yeah, I'm planning to go to the post office tomorrow. We'll see if the reindeer can get me there. Keep from getting ate by the polar bears on the way. Holy moly, I'm ready for it to warm up.
And don't get injured on your adventures. You have to wait until the fall till you get coverage through.
That's right.
Medicare.
Yeah. I've been walking on eggshells for many years now, trying to keep from ending up in the hooscow. Oh gosh! Now I'm looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to a garden. I got to find me some kind of a buddy here in town. I want to go up in northern Indiana. Jim Bashirs will know what I'm talking about. I want to go up to Shipshewana. I want to go shopping up there to the Amish stores. There's a lady that does some videos over on YouTube, and she's got me curious now about going up to some of them stores up there in Shipshewana. And they got a flea market up there. So I'm going to have to find somebody. I don't want to go by myself, I
have a gardening question for you.
Well, let's see if I can answer it.
All right. So in 2019, I bought these seeds.
Yeah.
And they're expired. It says sell by some month in 20. So these have been expired. But does that really mean they won't grow, or what are the chances that they'll...
Usually the seeds are only good for 1 year's germination. However, in order to make sure that they will germinate, you need to put some seeds between a couple pieces of paper towel and some warm water on them, lay them on a plate, and put them in a sunny window and see if they sprout. And if you can get some seeds to sprout out of that, then yeah, I would say germination is probably low, but not necessarily non-existent. But to find out, I try to germinate some in a plate first instead of wasting garden space.
Yeah. I think I'm going to give them a go again this time around, because these are the kind they'll get like 4 foot tall, Like they're not the mammoth ones that grow real high, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked growing them the 1 year that I had it. And I think I grew them in 2018, and it said use them before 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to give them a go again because that was kind of fun.
Well, I got my bean seed. I ordered my bean seed from Burpee. I do the Blue Lake bush beans, and I'm out of them in my freezer. I've had to resort to canned green beans, so we're going to grow a nice big crop of green beans this year. Last year, they sent me the wrong kind of bean seeds, and I didn't get any stand out of it. They sent me Blue Lakes, but they sent me the pole beans.
Yeah,
and
you were talking about the pole beans before. Yeah.
Even though I had them so they'd grow up a fence and everything, they were scrawny, they were awful, and no, I'm used to growing the bush beans. So
we have some new people in here, Classy Cookery and Mel. And do we say hi to JJE? Hello.
No, we did not. Well, welcome to all of you. Welcome.
People slip past us. Sorry about that. That's not intentional.
Mel says he sees hearts everywhere. Do you like my hearts? You know, next week's going to be Valentine's Day.
Do you have a Valentine?
No, nobody wants me for a Valentine.
Will you be my Valentine?
Well, of course I'll be your Valentine, but you got to get rid of Susan.
Got my what?
You got to get rid of Susan.
Oh, okay.
Susan's got to go. I don't do the sharesies.
Can I have a little side piece?
Nope. She got to go. No.
Now, if I kick Susan out of my life, do you think your YouTube experience will increase or decrease in quality?
Well, it can't get much worse than what it's been here lately. Lord have mercy. If it ain't one thing disappearing, it's something else disappearing. And she took about, I don't know, what was it? I'll probably go over there and look maybe. Well, I thought I could. It's not going to cooperate with me. But she took a whole boatload of my subscribers away from me. And yeah.
Man, so they're always cleaning out the subscriber bucket.
And I tell you what, everybody needs to check as you go to people's YouTube channels to watch videos and stuff. Double check and make sure you are subscribed to their channel. Because last week when I was going through, most everybody I went to, I was unsubscribed from, and I had to hit the button again. So YouTube's up to their no goods again, and you need to get in there and, check your people. Make sure that you're staying where you need to be. Mel says side piece, hilarious.
Oh no, Arlene says YouTube unsubbed me from both of y'all. Ruh-roh.
Yeah. That's what's going on.
Turn those red buttons gray.
I mean, once you subscribe to somebody, you should be subscribed to them. It's none of YouTube's business to go in there and tell you who you should be subscribed to and not subscribed to.
I wonder how much of it is they're algorithmically unsubscribing you versus just a glitch in the system. Like it's all databases, maybe a 1 flip to a 0 and poof, now you're off.
Well, I don't know, but if that's what it is, they need to fix it. That's what they're getting paid the big bucks for.
Mel says, rally the people, subscribe.
Exactly. Hit them red buttons, turn them gray. Red buttons is evil. Mel's still playing that word blitz game with me.
Oh boy. Does he let you win every now and then?
He did the other day. He let me win one the other day.
Yay.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's good.
I think pretty much what he did is he just didn't show up. He just hit the button for it to play, and then he didn't do nothing. He thought, this is the only way that I'm going to let that woman win is if I just don't hit nothing. Oh, shoot.
Hey, something cool happened on my live streaming software.
Oh, yeah?
Because I use Ecamm, which is similar to OBS Studio or vMix. Yeah. I use Ecamm. It's Macintosh software. they have support for WebM, which is a video codec, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, now when people tip me through Stream Elements,
Yeah.
I'm going to have an animated movie, like an animated feature.
Yeah.
When announcing who tipped, it's going to say their name, who it was that tipped me, and it's going to come up on the screen. And I think I'm going to take pieces of my set and have different things pop onto the screen. Like they might come out this way, it might go like this, and I think it's going to be the beaver. Thank you for the $5 tip or whatever, and maybe some of my He-Man characters, Donkey Kong or Yoshi or something like that. I think it's going to be fun. So like if you did like a $1 tip, so it's going to get a little more animated because you couldn't do that before, but now you can.
But now here, I'm going to make you rich right here. If you really want them to tip you, when they're putting in the $20 tips, have a pole dancer pop out.
Okay. Well,
thanking them for their tip.
Oh, I will take that under advisement, but I probably won't do it.
Saying how many people's going to be paying $20, and watch the pole dancer come out? Yeah, huh? Say, got to give the people what they want.
Well, see, Brenda has free advice on the internet. Maybe that could get turned into a Heifer Haven. Dear Heifer Haven, help me get more tippers on my YouTube channel.
Yep, exactly.
Do you have free advice for me?
Of course, I've got free advice. I always have free advice.
Portal Woodworks is here. Hi, David Jones.
Hey, David, good to see you. We're giving Matt free advice tonight.
Brenda didn't say it would be good.
That's right. Said it was free. Never said it'd be good. Oh, yes, free advice is plenty.
Does anyone in the chat have a true but interesting fact that will blow our minds? You can put that in the chat. That's kind of what we do here on Mind Equals Blown. Well, we sort of strayed off topic.
I got one. Winter is a major character in several movies, including The Thing, Whiteout, The Day After Tomorrow, The Colony, Alive, Wind Chill, Frozen, and The Gray. But you didn't know that Winter was a major character in all those different movies.
I liked South Park's joke when they were riffing off The Day After Tomorrow. One of the characters says, it's this horrible thing's going to happen. When's it going to happen? He says, 2 days before the day after tomorrow. So if you think about it, if it's the day after tomorrow and it's 2 days, he goes, oh my God, that's today. Why didn't you just say today? 2 days before the day after tomorrow. Oh, sometimes the stupidest humor just like gets me. I don't know.
Jim says Winter's not going to get his vote for the Emmy. I don't blame you. I don't like this, not one little bit. I had to have Tony come over today and throw some ice melt down on the sidewalk in front of the house so I could get out to get the mail. I went out there yesterday and it was so treacherous. I about broke my neck and I thought, no, I can't do this anymore. He can come over here and throw some ice melt at that and straighten that up some for me. But Lord have mercy, I'm ready for spring. I'm just sick to death of this cold. Even my dogs are tired of it. They want to go out, but as soon as they're out there, it's like, let me back in. It's cold out here. Are you kidding me?
You know what the best winter meme video is? It is the Smells Like Teen Spirit shovel meme where someone had a shovel, a metal shovel, and was out on the driveway, was trying to get walk across the drive with the shovel, and then fell, threw the shovel up in the air, and when it landed, it went clang, clank, clank. And it was perfect to the notes of Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's so funny. Let me put it in the chat. This is, I don't like winter either, but that particular video I think was hilarious because it's just the way it was the perfect notes. It went clang, clank, clank, because it didn't just like fall down. It kind of bounced around as it hit the icy driveway, and then someone put the song on top of it. It was clever. It was clever. Anyway.
I'll give you another fact here. The Disney movie Frozen is the highest grossing animated musical film of all time and the 9th highest grossing film of all time with worldwide box office gross of $1.097 billion.
Disney printed their own money with that movie. Every little girl had everything Frozen. And all, not just the videos and the movies and the merch. And we were on the Disney cruise. We got a Olaf Christmas ornament, $37. I was so mad. I'm like, we spent $37 on him. And then, because he's a snowman, so he's got like one of the arms fell off, and I had to super glue it back. I'm like, every year that effing thing is going on the tree. I'm like, we paid so much money on it. There's no way that's sitting in the box.
It's got to last for 37 years, so you're only out $1 a year.
Yeah, prorated.
Yeah. Holy smoke. Yeah, no. Although, I will admit that even I, every once in a while, have situations arise where I will break out singing, Let It Go.
Yeah.
Oh. Let me see what else is on this list over here.
Yeah, hardly any humidity in this part of the world, says Jim Dockrell. I've been having issues with humidity because this wood trim is shrinking up, and my wood Darth Vader bust started to crack because it's now 18% humidity in here. And I went to the furnace and I tried to get the contraption working that puts humidity into the furnace. And there's like a screen and water drips down it, and then the air flows through that, and it's supposed to put humidity. And I got it all configured and opened up the valve, and it didn't come on. I don't know why it's not working.
Huh.
I guess a little solenoid that like lets the water out didn't.
Maybe it's plugged up. Take a pipe cleaner. Run a pipe cleaner in there and see if it's clogged.
I'm going to hit YouTube and see if they have a solution. Otherwise, I'm going to get an expert in here and get it going because we need it in the house.
Sunsets are typically prettier in the winter. Cold, non-humid air is clearer than warm summer air, which allows the colors of the sun to shine through more clearly.
Here's a winter fun fact. Rainbows can happen in the winter time, but the ice crystals, the way they interact with the light, flips the rainbow upside down. So instead of the red on the top, the red is on the bottom. And then it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. It's freaky.
Reverse prism.
Yeah. And it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Jim agrees with me. He says calcified over. It's got calcification built up in there. If you take a pipe cleaner in wherever those jets are and clean them out real good, it'll probably start working.
Interesting.
Unless you got calcification in the lines, then you might have to replace lines or something.
Where else would it be? I took the screen apart. I shook it out and cleaned it, and It's not.
No, I'm
real
talking
bad.
about where the water comes in. It has to come in through some kind of a line. It
Yeah, it
doesn't
comes
just,
through a little tube.
yeah.
That
So,
tube.
if the tube is clogged up
Mhm.
in there, you might have to get a new tube for it.
Okay. Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon is here. Hello.
Yeah, he says another winter fact. It can get freaking cold.
Yeah.
No kidding. Hey, I have a pet peeve, and I'm talking about a serious pet peeve. There's somebody it sounds like about 3 or 4 blocks from me. And in the middle of the night, it'll be around, I don't know, 1:30 in the morning, sometimes later than that. Their poor dog is howling and howling
What's wrong
and
with your
howling
puppy?
and will go on for like a half hour and 45 minutes at a time. And I've also heard it during the day. So apparently they just put the dog out and then just forget about it in this bitter cold.
Oh,
And
the
this
cold,
poor
yeah.
dog is freezing its hoo-ha's off.
You can call someone. That's not right.
Well, where in the hell's their neighbors at? I mean, if I can hear it all the way over here, inside my closed up house, their neighbors have got to be going insane.
Yeah.
And I'm about ready just to go out and get in the car and drive around until I find out where this poor dog is.
Band runners Eric and Shunda are here. Hello.
Good to see you. Haven't heard from you in quite some time. Welcome, welcome. Leave some comments on some of my videos so I can get over there. That's the best way to get my attention. If you leave some comments on some videos, I'll come over to your channel.
Drop some likes too.
Grace you with my presence over there and leave you some.
Yeah.
Leave you some goofy comments or something on some of your videos. You never know what I'm going to say. Lord have mercy. Poor Dubs. Now, I did this on one of my videos. I was answering her. I didn't do this on her channel. Probably should have. But, she goes out camping. She goes on this winter camping thing where she lives in her van. And they go on these van caravans and stuff. And they're down in New Mexico and southern Arizona and all such as that. And so she left a comment on one of my videos. And I commented back. I said, "Are you still helping the cartel smuggle shit across the border?"
Oh, Brenda.
And this was like in the middle of the night, and she saw it right away. And she wrote back and she said, "Oh my God, I laughed so loud. I think I probably woke everybody out here up." But yeah, you never know what I'm liable to say to somebody. I've got no filter.
Oh, Jim Dockrell says, "Gotta go. Much love to you all. Bye,
Well,
Jim. We're not going to hang around much longer. Take care, brother."
Stop ice skating on that baptismal pool. Good to see you, Jim. You take care. Oh,
We should have a hot tub party in there, Jim. When's the housewarming? Invite us over. We'll bring the bikini girls and the banana hammock guys. A little something for everybody.
Matt's going to wear his mankini. Yeah, I can't wait until we do our road trip.
We're meeting there. We're not going on a road trip.
We're going, and I'll tell you what, we're going to go. We're going to rent us a camper. Well, it's not really a camper. It's a pickup truck with a camper thing on the back of it. And we're going to go redneck style. And we're going to drive across country. Me and you.
Could you imagine? Did you stink up the bathroom again?
And I'm going to take my 2 dogs and my bird with me. And it'll be the 4 of us going on this road trip. And we're going to need one of them jackeries, it's a battery, but it plugs into your cigarette lighter, you keep it charged. And, we're going to need one of them because that's how you charge your cell phones and your cameras and all that kind of stuff, because we got to keep everything charged all the time.
Well, a lot of vehicles have USB right in the dash. So.
Well, some do, but we're driving a pickup truck now. Nobody said this is going to be one of them first class deals.
All I wanted to do was go to the Sacramento Grilled Cheese Festival and meet Brenda there, so I didn't have to
put up with me.
Put up with her. Yeah. Not too much to ask.
What? Look, if we did this and we put those videos from that trip up on what's that thing that one platform that you pay on?
Oh, OnlyFans?
No. The starts with P.
Patreon?
Yeah. And we put those videos up on Patreon. How many of you would pay to see?
Well, see, there's a flaw in your business plan. See, I have to survive it to reap the rewards from it. I probably wouldn't survive.
Now, nobody said that you had to survive. That was not brought up.
But that's my internal requirement.
Your survival is optional.
I can't take it.
We got people out here that would pay to see videos of that on what transpires on our cross-country trip.
Oh. I don't know if I have it in me, Brenda.
Oh, Matt and this old lady going across country in an old pickup truck. It wouldn't have no air conditioning in it, so you know.
I will rent you a limo to go by yourself, and I'll fly out to Sacramento.
Oh shoot! Did I ever tell you about the trip that I took to Houston, Texas, in July in a checker station wagon limo that had no air conditioning?
Oh, dear Lord.
With a friend of mine. He talked me into this. He said he had this car that he had to deliver down to Houston, Texas. And he says he'd like it if I'd go along. He said, we'll have some fun. He said, Gillies is down there in Texas. We'll go to Gillies and we'll, go around to some different places and see some different things. And I said, well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I was young. I was 25, 26 years old. And I hadn't done hardly any traveling. And I thought that sounds like fun. And he said it was a checker limo. Now, this is what I heard. Limo station wagon. All right. So I'm thinking, must be a pretty nice car called a limo, right? So, yeah, I think I'm up for this. So I talked my boss into giving me a little time off, and we planned it so some of this would be over a weekend, and he says, okay, so we save time. He says, I will pick you up in front of where you work after work. So have your bags packed, and I'll pull up out front, and off we go. Well, I was all ready. And I told my friends in the building, that I was going in this checker limo station wagon on this trip. And I was going to Houston. So they're all watching, right? He pulls up in the awfulest looking mess you ever seen in your life. It was battleship gray, flat. I mean, it wasn't even, like glossy paint.
Primer
yeah,
gray.
Basically. Ugly car. Well,
Did it look like a limo?
It looked like a big, long station wagon.
Oh,
what it looked like. And I'm like, I do not believe this. Of course, my friends are just laughing themselves silly. Well, I throw my bag in the back of, just let's get the hell out of here. I get in the car. It is like 110 degrees inside this car. I said, turn on the flipping air conditioner. What the hell? He says, the air conditioner don't work. And by this time, we're moving down the street. There's no retreat at this point. You're in. So we drive to Houston, Texas in this rattle-trap car. The gas gauge didn't work.
Yeah, Chris Nealon's got it right. A big, long station wagon is a hearse.
Well, it was close to being a hearse. It had seats in the back of it. But Lord have mercy. We made it down to someplace in Kentucky that night, and there was some kind of a convention going on. You couldn't even get a room. He finally gets in this Roach Motel, and the water was brown coming out of the spigots, and we had buckets of sweat, and you couldn't even get a decent shower. in this mess. We finally just packed our stuff up and took off on down the road again, wore out, dehydrated, drove all the way through to Houston, Texas, and I fell asleep after it got dark that night in the passenger seat. And I woke up and I said to him, when was the last time you stopped for gas? And he says, well, it's been a while. And I knew the gas gauge wasn't working in his car. And I said, don't you think we probably need to stop for gas? And about that time, it starts chugging. And we're on the beltway around Houston. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Luckily, I mean, the gods was watching out for us. There was a taxi cab behind us. And he saw that we was having trouble. So he pulled in behind us and took us to a gas station where we could get a tank with some gas and come back and put some gas in his car so we could get on to the hotel that we had reservations in. And then after that, the trip started looking up, because once you get in this hotel, you got air conditioning. You know, you can take a shower, you can save yourself, and we're rid of this car. But I've always said, you know, people say, oh, you need to come to Texas. I said, I've been to Texas once. It's closest to hell I ever want to be. I ain't never going back there again.
Bad experience getting there, for sure.
Oh, but yeah, anybody says anything to me about a checker, limo, anything, I'm like, no. I've been traumatized.
Capital N-O period.
Oh, gosh. Well, listen, we've been on here a little over an hour. I think we probably need to cut everybody loose, but it's been fun playing with y'all tonight. I hope you enjoyed the festivities. I hope you stay warm. Good gravy. Stay warm. Stay off the ice. Keep yourself safe. We want you back here next week. We love y'all, and we enjoy having you around here. So we will bid you adieu. Matt will see you Monday night over on his channel with all things YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you Saturday night over on Russell's channel, Simply Wooden Creations, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the panel show. And I can't remember who the guest is supposed to be, but it'll be a good one. And then, of course, I'll have a Heifer Haven up for you later tonight, unless the creeks rise.
Chris Nealon's asking if this is a beaver. Yes, it's my piano beaver.
Yeah, everybody knows Matt has a beaver.
Yeah, and she has her own spotlight too, because I don't like beavers that are not well lit.
Nobody wants a beaver in the dark.
Nope. Not in my house. I won this playing whack-a-mole, and I'll leave you with this tidbit of knowledge. I don't usually brag about myself, but I am unbeatable at the amusement game whack-a-mole. No one can beat me playing whack-a-mole. I'm that good. That's why I got this at the amusement park.
And we will bid y'all adieu. We'll see you back here next week. Night, everybody.
Hi, everyone.